I've always been very active. I like to kayak, I like to backpack, swim, play with the grandkids. Never imagined I'd have a heart attack. It was Friday morning, and when I woke up, I had some tightness in my chest, but I thought it was indigestion, so I really wasn't that worried about it. Took a couple of Alka-Seltzers. My wife, Robin, she left to go to the grocery store. But while she was gone, the tightness became more severe and started running into my shoulders and down my arm, and then I began to feel chest pain. So I knew that there was something wrong. So I called her on the cell phone.
When I got here, he was sitting in the chair sweating, just in a cold sweat. And so we got in the car and went to the hospital. We went to Wellstar Douglas Hospital.
When I first saw Mr. Gunnels, he was sitting on a hospital gurney. He looked to be in distress. He was sweaty. He had a very concerning look on his face, a common look that we see in people who are having heart attacks. I reviewed the EKG and it confirmed that he was indeed having a heart attack. And at that point, we immediately contacted the catheterization lab, and he was taken for emergency cardiac catheterization. We threaded a catheter from his wrist into his heart, found the critical blockage where a vessel was 100% closed, and we immediately proceeded with opening up the vessel with a tiny balloon and placing a stent in one of his main blood vessels.
After they had finished, the pain was gone. You could tell that they were pleased with themselves, that they had been able to get me on that table and get my blockage taken care of in that short amount of time.
The standard of care for a hospital in treating heart attacks is that they must get the blood vessel open within 90 minutes from the time the patient presents to the emergency room. We were able to get his blood vessel open within 39 minutes of presentation. Immediately after the procedure, Mr. Gunnels looked well. His chest pain had improved, his vital signs had stabilized, and he was monitored in the intensive care unit overnight. He stayed in the hospital for a total of 3 days, made gradual progress, and he was discharged home in safe and stable condition.
And the thing I noticed afterwards was that I could breathe so easy. It was almost like effortless. Whereas before that, not realizing it, I was laboring to breathe. I knew that they had saved my life. There was no doubt in my mind. I didn't know the science of it, but I knew in my heart that those guys had saved my life. And look at me now.